Hey everyone, Glenn Tillman here, Product Marketing Lead for Financial Services at RingCentral. And in case you were not able to join us in Orlando a couple weeks ago for Enterprise Connect 2022, I wanted to share one of the sessions that we covered during the conference around the topic of enabling greater collaboration in insurance. So when we all know that like all financial services institutions, insurance companies are facing a bit of an uphill battle over the last couple of years. Um, with the ability to retain customers, the ability to retain employees, and also growing their business has been a little bit of a hurdle for a lot of these companies, especially in the PNC space. And so, what I'd like to talk to you a little bit about today is why a unified communications and collaboration strategy can really help, tackle some of those issues and challenges that you're facing. And we feel that combination of unified communications plus contact center solutions really provides the ability for these insurance companies to meet customer expectations. So in other words, the ability to communicate with customers when and where and how they want to be communicated to. It also allows these companies to deliver a superior customer experience from the standpoint that claims issues and any other types of policy problems or questions that might arise can be resolved very quickly with the myriad of communications tools at their disposal. And then finally, it provides better overall employee collaboration internally amongst the various different departments and organizations, which then leads to better employee retention. So let's dig in and talk a little bit about some of the operational challenges and some of the trends facing insurance companies today. So we know that COVID has really impacted all of financial services and including insurance companies as well. And so a lot of folks have been either working entirely remotely from home or doing some sort of a hybrid work uh, type of an arrangement where they spend a few days at home and maybe a couple days in the office. What's interesting is that based on a late 2021 survey by PwC, they found that about 20% of employees in financial services believe that they should only have to go into the office 2 to 3 days a week, whereas 70% of their employers believe that they should be in the office at least 2 to 3 days a week. So a little bit of a disparity there in terms of the hybrid work disruption that companies are facing right now. Then we talk about the lack of system integration and the inability to share data across different departments. So insurance companies that modernize their systems, they have that ability to share data and integrate different reporting and metrics across different departments within their company. And what they've found is that when they have that ability to share and integrate data, they're seeing a nearly 12-time increase in overall employee productivity from all departments internally. And then finally, we know that legacy technology does have an impact on customer satisfaction. And so insurance companies who actively upgrade and improve their operations and their back office infrastructure are seeing nearly a 3-time increase in overall customer satisfaction numbers. Then we talk about, how are the different generations interacting with financial services and insurance in particular? Well, as we can see from some recent research reports that roughly 64% of all customers have either have or are currently working with an insurance agent. No surprise, more interaction amongst the baby boomers and Gen X generations, and quite a bit less between millennials and Gen Z. A lot of that could have to do with not needing car insurance, not needing renters insurance, not purchasing a home and needing homeowners insurance. Whereas, it's even less when you think about from an overall generational perspective. Only 40% of all customers have used a financial professional in the past, and that's a pretty interesting statistic, considering the fact that these generations need to start saving for retirement early on. And we talk about overall customer satisfaction. Now, at the end of 2020, one of the reports put out by the American Customer Satisfaction Index, or ACSI, they really found that interviewing the insurance sector as a whole, that 90% of all insurance companies saw a decrease in overall customer satisfaction scores, which is pretty alarming. And so let's talk about where we see insurance companies heading over the next couple of years, right? So what are some of the trends we're seeing? Well, we're finding that 28% of insurance companies believe that roughly 60 to 75% of their entire workforce will be working remotely in the next couple of years. About 35% of insurance companies are planning to deploy a cloud-based instant messaging solution internally within the next year or two. And then roughly a third of all IT decision makers believe that moving to AI-enabled cloud platforms will help facilitate better innovation and new product development across their organization. And so what does this mean in terms of why these insurance companies are moving their communications platforms to the cloud? Well, about 1 in 5 of the firms believe that this shift will not only enhance the resiliency, but also their business continuity by having better communication platform that's cloud-based. Over a quarter of all these companies believe that moving to a cloud will enable their workforce to become more productive, especially as we move into more of this hybrid type of work style. And then also over a quarter of these companies believe that a shift to cloud-based communications platform will improve their overall customer experience. The numbers really reflect that. So that brings us to the question of why RingCentral, right? What can we do to help with some of these challenges and issues that they're facing? Well, when you combine a unified communications platform with a contact center solution, it really brings everybody together. And there are three main components that we see affecting insurance companies. So number one, that combination platform strategy really supercharges the overall employee communication. So when we talk about the ability to collaborate, it can enhance the ability for your agents and your claims adjusters to work more proactively and more productively internally and get to resolution faster for the customers. This leads to number two, which is transforming the overall client experience. So customers want fast answers and they want their issues resolved quickly. That ability to communicate and interact on any device and from anywhere really helps speed up the overall process. And that in turn leads to a better experience for your customers. And then finally, number three, you're just going to see the ability to drive better operational efficiency. So not only can you work with your external ecosystem of vendors to bring in other value-adding services and products, but other things that had been slower in terms of processes internally might have been more manual, such as claims processing and policy enhancements and underwriting. Many of those activities can be enhanced and sped up because of the ability to collaborate and communicate more effectively and more quickly. And so when you talk about RingCentral being a cloud based, easy to use platform, it's also important to remember that all of this is based on a secure and compliant platform, which also enables you to adhere to other regulatory pressures that kind of be affected from the broader financial services arena as well as the insurance market itself. So let's talk a little bit about how we empower this collaboration. And so when you think about this more hybrid workforce model, right? And insurance companies, we refer to it as the hub and spoke model, where you've got insurance agents dispersed across various metro regions or across states and across the country. It allows you to improve the success of a hybrid environment. So the communications platform should be easy to use, easy to manage. It gives your agents and your other internal employees the ability to collaborate from anywhere using any device that they choose. And then finally, the workforce engagement management aspects of our solution really provide for more personalized onboarding of new employees, coaching, which helps with employee retention, and also the ability to schedule meetings very quickly and effectively. And so all of this makes the collaborative aspect and nature of the business culture much easier, so that your employees are able to share documents or delegate tasks, send messages, or make or take calls from anywhere, and also jump on a video chat if so warranted. So the ability to really communicate in any means that your employees want to and what they feel is in their best interest and most effective. That unified communications platform gives you that ability. And when you think about overall better collaboration from your employees, that also leads to better employee retention across the organization. And then last but not least, when you think about the fact that we offer these open API integrations, um, you have the ability to seamlessly integrate with other vendor apps and products, which not only increases the robustness of your product offering, but it creates more value to your customers, because you are able to provide more disparate and other value-adding products and solutions that they might be looking for, and kind of that one-stop shop uh, go-to for getting their needs met. And then just to add that the power of our cloud telephony, it's so simple and intuitive that it gives you that ability to integrate with other messaging apps such as Microsoft Teams, that a lot of your customers might be using, or also some of your other vendor partners. And so having that ability to integrate, jump from messaging into an embedded dialer and jump on the phone, have a conversation with your vendor, your customer, your partner, really helps speed up the collaboration aspects of your work. And so when we think about the business value around what a unified communications platform can bring to your company, based on our internal reporting that we've done across our many thousand customers at RingCentral, within the financial services space, what we've found is that these companies are experiencing an 18% increase in faster workflow deployment across the various departments. They're seeing a 24% increase in overall employee productivity across the board. And then you'll see I've circled here a couple key factors in terms of, these financial services companies are experiencing a 30% increase in overall customer satisfaction scores, along with a 31% increase in return on investment. And then no surprise, the fact that the unified communications platform does help with the hybrid work and the employee mobility. What we're seeing is this really astounding 82% increase in overall employee mobility for all of these financial services organizations. And so as we talk about all these different challenges and all these different issues that insurance companies are facing, I just want to talk a little bit about our overall collaborative communication vision here at RingCentral. It does give you the ability to meet your customers and employees where they are. So we think about the two sides of the equation. So one is the customer experience side of the equation, right? How do we engage with our clients? And then the other side of the equation is really the employee communications and the employee experience. How do we engage with our employees? So when we think about customer engagement, three key aspects of our solution include the contact center, which gives you the ability to integrate AI-enabled chat within your website for digital engagement, as well as integrated voice response, if you want to add that as part of your portfolio. And then it also gives the ability to seamlessly and intelligently route calls to a live human if the chat or the IVR is not able to answer on the first go round. Plus, we have another very cool feature called Engage Digital, which allows your agents and your home office to send out broader SMS text messaging to customers, as well as the ability to interact with other social media platforms. So whether your customers are saying positive or negative things about your company out in social media channels, Engage Digital will scour all those channels, identify where those those comments are happening, and it will route it to the correct internal department in an immediate fashion, so that you are able to respond very quickly and effectively to any of those social comments across the board. And then finally, Engage Voice, that ability to integrate with other messaging platforms with that embedded dialer and that cloud telephony gives that added enhancement that many of your agents and your customers are looking for. And just to wrap it up on the employee engagement side of the house, our MVP, or our messaging, video, and phone solutions are really tailored to meet your employees' needs and give them ability to collaborate and innovate anywhere and anyhow they choose to. So what's really nice about the solution is that you can quickly switch from instant messaging to a phone call, or even take a phone call that's on your cell phone and convert it over to a video call on your computer, just with a simple click of the button. And so, as you talk about the overall portfolio of solutions that RingCentral offers, it's important to think about it's a easy to use, cloud-based, AI-enabled solution that is not only global, but it's mobile, offers the open API integrations for broadening your vendor ecosystem to increase your portfolio of offerings, and then most importantly, it's secure and reliable and compliant to meet the needs of any of the regulatory or audit issues that might arise. So hopefully this little overview has given you a bit of insight about RingCentral, our overall communications visions, and some of the products. And we encourage you to find out more information by clicking on the link at the bottom of the screen. And otherwise, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Happy to take any questions, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.